Look at that, baby. We've been showing you finalists in our mod project contest this week. We do have a winner. We're going to tell you the winner was
on Monday.
But this project, on Monday?
On Monday.
Oh.
We're going to make you wait.
Oh, that's cold. This project was not able to enter the contest, and we kind of feel bad about it.
Well, it's so cool. I mean,
what was wrong with it?
We had a 150-pound weight limit, so
we were afraid people sent us cars, trucks,
basically
boats with PCs in them. We just thought this was so cool that we had to show it to you.
We had to bring it in.
Frankly, I have to say, in a way, I'm glad it couldn't be in, because I think this would have been a clear winner here. This is pretty amazing. Let's say hello to Jim McDonald? Anderson. I don't know where I got McDonald from. Jim, it's pleased to meet you. And wait a minute, before we go any further.
Happy anniversary, Lynn.
Lynn is watching.
It is my 16th anniversary.
He's here on his 16th. Where is Lynn?
Lynn is at her house in West Bend, Wisconsin.
She's in Wisconsin. So, Lynn, I know you're watching. Thank you for letting us have Jim on what is obviously a very important day to you, and you're gonna celebrate when you get back home.
Oh, definitely.
So we really appreciate that. And frankly, you probably owe her a little bit for this too, right?
Sacrifice.
Wow! Tell us, is this your first project?
It is my first major project.
No, really?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
I've done the windows and the blowholes and all the little stuff like that. But
what possessed you to do this?
Well, actually through Phaeton, I saw a case mod with skateboard wheels, and actually before that I had a case that was much taller than this. It was a server, actually a taller version of this, the 2200. And I thought, skateboard wheels, that's kind of a cool thing to do. And so I did a little research on that and realized that the trucks for skateboard wheels just weren't going to
hold that much weight.
Well, you need at least 2 sets to make it work.
Right.
So I thought, okay, maybe I need to look for something else. And my cousin was building a racing go-kart in his basement. And we went over there for his birthday, and I saw those.
Those
and
wheels.
I thought,
those are wheels. Look at these things.
It.
Look at these bad boys. How much does this weigh, by the way? We said 150 was the limit?
I'm thinking close to 250.
250. Weighs more than you and me put together, Yoshi. Well, almost. Okay,
you keep saying that.
Weighs more than me, anyway. Barely.
Barely me too.
But actually, it's gone through actually an evolution.
Now, originally it was just wheels. It didn't have a motor, right?
It had wheels under it, and actually the spoiler set a little bit taller. It's set up on top of it, and everybody started calling it a truck. And it's like,
no, it's not a truck.
I didn't want it to be a truck.
What is it? What is it supposed to be? A thing.
A hot rod car.
It's a hot rod. I love it. Now, did you machine the case, or is this a standard case?
This is a standard case. It was pressure cut. This is a Intermax FS 1500
a server case.
It's a server case.
I love the fans on the top and everything, but you must have customized it quite a bit.
Quite a bit. A lot of people talk about, like, the headers used to be plastic, and they're now machined aluminum.
Look at that.
A lot of the parts were chromed.
Even the inside is just a work of art. Look at the rounded cables and all of that.
And because of the unique, if you look at the power supply, it's kind of unique, and the way it is because it has all the plugs. It's not like a normal power supply where all the cables come straight out of it.
Right. You plug into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's actually cleaner, isn't it?
Oh, much.
You don't have any
actually,
excess.
I customized. From DigiKey, I got all the Molex connectors and everything else and soldered the whole harness from scratch.
Look at this. 4 hard drives?
Yes.
Look at that.
36 gigs, Ultra 320.
How much in there?
There's four 36 gig drives. They're all X15s.
I love it.
And what kind of systems in there?
It is twin 2.8 gigahertz Xeons on an iRail DP400 motherboard.
Do you actually use this, Jim?
It's my work computer.
But now we got to show it driving around.
Oh yeah,
we got to show it driving. In the back here, there's a fire extinguisher, so that's good because if it ever got really hot, you could hose it.
It's more for luck, but
it's an electrical fire extinguisher. I hope.
Well, I love the TAC. That's one of the things.
Now, does it actually do anything? The TAC?
Sure. The TAC registers CPU usage.
Yeah.
Not speed.
Not speed, but CPU.
The TAC moving there.
For every 1% of CPU usage, it'll do 100 RPM.
Okay. So you're tied. How did you tie the CPU usage to RPM on a tachometer?
Well, I knew everything that it had to do as far as interfacing.
Is it electrical?
Yeah, and actually an interface had to be made. It's an electrical TAC.
Okay.
It's set to actually 4 cylinders.
Here it is. Look at this. So that's when it goes to 1. That's what kind of CPU usage?
10% is at 1,000 RPM.
I love the bounce.
Look at that.
The bounce is actually,
30%.
as we went through the firmware, because of the firmware that had to be made for it, I actually had the interface done at a company that prototyped it in the UK.
You're nuts. You're just insane, Jim.
But the third revision of the TAC, we actually incorporated the bounce at idle. So when it's just sitting there doing nothing, it'll bounce
like a real tachometer would be doing,
like a real car.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. What else should we see here? There's a nice paint job. Did you do that yourself? Or?
No, took that to a body shop, a local body shop.
Beautiful custom paint on this. I mean, it's just really stunning.
And the airbrushing was actually done also by a local person. Did a great job. Basically airbrushes Harleys.
How much time have you been working on this?
I was thinking about it last night. I kept telling myself it was about a year, but it's actually been closer to a year and a half.
Year and a half. And I'm not going to ask you, out of respect for your wife, how much you spent on it. I don't think anybody wants. Well, everybody wants to know, but I don't think anybody should know.
I want to know what's next.
What's next? Yeah.
Next. Yoshi got a little preview of
really?
What's next. Yeah. Everybody kept asking me what I did with the old chassis that was sitting underneath it. Because this chassis is obviously all brand new because it's powered and everything.
Right.
So there was an old chassis that was much smaller,
right,
but still ran the same kind of go-kart tires. And if you ever remember way back, and I'm sure you do, like I do, Ratfink?
Yeah. The original hot rod.
The original hot rod.
Yeah.
Little cars, big tires.
Yeah.
And that's what's next.
The old, you're going to make a Ratfink?
Yep. Old chassis, little shuttle case.
Oh, that's
sitting on top of it. And actually, we have a Ratfink to actually go on top of a big shifter.
Did you ever do this kind of cars for cars?
Much of a gearhead in high school.
Yeah. So this
is
not
pretty much all
new
cars.
to you.
College was computers.
So don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to go outside.
Yes.
With this bad boy, because this doesn't just sit here.
Oh, you got to play with it.
This actually drives
just
like a bat out of HE double hockey sticks. I'm talking to you. This is very, very cool. Now, while we're waiting for them to reset outside, Jessica has a really cool scoop on a ScreenSavers special that's coming up next Tuesday.
Yes,
Jessie?
watch your language, Mr. Laporte.